Hello, everybody. Everybody say hi.
Hi.
Hello. We are
Hello.
live. Hi, Oliver on Facebook, Doolin on Twitch, all of you guys on Twitch, Tim on Facebook, Derper on Twitch. Alex, hey, Alex. How are ya? How's everybody doing today? Let us know. Josh, what did you do today? Anything fun?
Uh, well, I was in class most of the day, so that's basically what I did. But
Fun?
yeah, just almost done with this semester, so that's nice. And then other than that, just been working on the acoustic album, so trying to wrap
Yeah, get to
another
work,
song.
Josh.
Yeah. No, Steve.
Get to work.
Nice mug.
Yeah. Thanks. Flowers.
I have like a protein shake because I didn't have time to eat. I'm going to eat right after the stream though.
This is coffee because that's what I live off of now.
Yeah, I ate super late. It was a later day at work, and so I literally just ate before we started the stream.
So it's a little bit early this time. So thank you guys for watching and hanging out with us. We decided to do like a little bit earlier time. So hopefully some Europe fans could kind of tune in and wouldn't be left out of the loop because it's usually like 1 in the morning when we're streaming there. So, and it's on a different day. So thanks. Because we're normally on Wednesdays, but we couldn't do yesterday. So
Had to push it on over.
yeah. But next week it'll be Wednesday, the 5th, for sure.
We like to just switch it up, keep people on their toes,
right,
see who the real fans are,
right.
like Derper and just Alex, Doolin, School and Doolin.
Love it.
Is he the fly on the wall? I can never
Yeah.
remember.
Dano's in here, the rest. The rest of them are out there, but we know who really cares, and it's the people on Twitch right now. They're paying attention. They're in the know. Yeah, just Alex, you're one of the European watchers?
He's in the Netherlands, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you guys what I did earlier today. I listened to Revenge of the Nearly Dead's like front to back as I was driving home from the store earlier today, it's just fire, man. Oh, sorry, Alex, Norway. Sorry. I think Doth Girl is from the Netherlands. Hi, babe. Pokemon?
Now
The
you all get
collection
to
is
hear what
complete.
we hear on tour.
Hi, babe.
All tour.
Check these out.
Oh
You can see
no.
'em.
The end. This is like,
Alakazam. Oh, it's the fossil that you evolved.
this is Kabutops, Electabuzz,
Yeah.
Onyx. These are basically all that he needs to finish his first set, so it's complete now.
These are the last two I needed.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that looks good. There.
What's up, Natty Attack over on YouTube?
Do you want to bring
That's
your
awesome.
binder over here and show everybody?
You wanna show them?
Where or show everybody the original packs?
And I got some of the original first.
You gotta hold it like back here.
I'm trying here. First edition
That's awesome.
Shadowless cards, Josh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Josh looks very jealous right now. And
I
love it.
am jealous. Absolutely.
Come show everybody your mustache as well.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
jealous of that too.
Mwah.
Freddie Mercury.
Looks fantastic.
Well, he's allowed to have it now. I said, get it out of your system before the wedding because you have to be like clean for the wedding. And then like after that, like it's all fair game, whatever. You can do whatever. We're going kind of like hiking on our honeymoon, so I want him to look like Niles Thornberry. So I want him to grow it out again.
That's awesome. Milestone
It's a lot of cards, just Alex. I had some when I was a kid, but I don't know where they are. There's probably my parents' attic. There's a box of Pokemon cards and Magic cards.
You got to go through those old Pokemon cards, man. They could be worth a lot of money. Show Jordan what they are.
I'll tell you exactly.
He'll
Right.
be very honest with you. He's involved in the Poke community online. Who should I give a shout out to? What groups?
Dino in the Pokemon Center.
Dino in the Pokemon Center. So that's a group to join.
Pokemon Center, Pokemon Center is like the big one that I do.
Just Pokemon Center.
There's
That's a
couple other
group.
ones. Koopa's Castle
Koopa's Castle.
is a good one. But I am well respected in the Poke community.
He's well respected in the Poke community.
Oh, you want to show
Well,
us
I'm glad I
some
got
Pokemon?
Aquino at Magic, but here's the thing about all those collectibles. I'm literally the worst person ever when it came to those growing up, like Pogs, Pokemon cards, Magic cards. I like never actually played the games. I just collected them because you wanted to have them and you wanted the rare things. And I liked all the ones with the cool characters on them or the cool pictures and monsters. I think I probably played Magic.
I never knew how to play Pokemon. I
I
just collected the cards.
I don't think Jordan ever
Sorry.
played either. No. Natty Attack, love Pokemon so much. Got a lucky Pikachu card in my purse. How cute. I think I carry around Jigglypuff because this is my Jigglypuff because it sings. That's me. And it
That's
looks like me. Oh, there's a cute one. There's a Japanese card in the back too. So there's like a, God, I wish you guys could see these. They're in these protectors. There we go.
Oh, that's cool.
Cute little like caterpillar.
I don't know who that is.
Deer. This is a deer. With a little flower in her head. So we're gonna circle back to Pogs because that's a really important conversation. But
Or before we hit that, can we hit that Allison over in Facebook's making us feel old by being like, I listened to you when I was young.
hey, we've been a band. We've been a band since 2011. So we've been a band for 10 years. And a lot of people, if you listen to us when you were like 11, like you're old now or older. You know?
That's true. Wow.
Like, have you seen? Okay, so you know, the little girl in the video. Remember Kim's daughter was in the video for Never Look Back.
Right.
She's like going to college now, and she's gorgeous. So
Oh yeah, I saw
she's
her
like
posted
and I'm
photo. I was
that's
just like,
the little
wait.
girl from the video. Like that's.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway. All right, so
And Destroyer, yeah, we did parody Wayne's World. Go, you're watching us on YouTube. Go to our channel, subscribe. We have a
whole
music
YouTube
video called "I Said" where we spoofed Wayne's World.
Okay, are you guys ready for this?
Oh no.
Wait, are you
Okay,
gonna open it?
No.
So
No, unopened original packs, right, babe?
wow, that's crazy.
These
They're like
So
they're like booster packs.
Yeah,
they were, and these are from 1995,
they're from.
96.
Wow.
They're old.
They're part of the original booster packs,
The base set.
the base set, and yeah, those are our retirement plan, I guess. Those were earned through trades.
What's the thing? Waffles and
Yeah, waffles where, you know, people in these communities, it's really cool. Like it's an easy way to kind of sell your cards and make money and also get cards for not spending a lot of money. So what'll happen is you do a waffle and it's like $10 and you do
A blue
30
waffle?
entries. You do $10 to join, do like 30 entries or whatever. So whoever's selling makes the money and whoever gets the card, you know, potentially can get it for like $10 and they get like a $300 card or something. So like you basically raffle / waffle because you're not allowed to do raffles online. So it's like a whole thing in the community.
Whoa, Dana's dissing us for Star Wars.
Wait a minute.
Hey, which game though? Are you talking about like Battlefront, Last Jedi?
It might be like an online game, so he might need to go.
What is it? Old Republic? Is
Hey,
that the online
so
one?
Derper says if the rings aren't Pokemon themed, then I blame Jordan. Are rings a thing in Pokemon?
like the Pokeball.
Yeah,
Like,
you get
it's
them
supposed to
pro
put in a-
badges you get from the gym leaders.
We're supposed to
Badges, yeah.
put like a ring inside a Pokeball.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, the
I
Old Republic. Well, yes, family time is important. So play Star Wars with your brother. I've been playing Minecraft Dungeons with my brother. I'm trying to get him on Outer Worlds or
Mm.
Outriders.
Oh, I was like, Outer Worlds is so good. I streamed it like one time with you guys. It's so hard to live stream from the Switch because it's like so small on my computer screen. I'm used to seeing it like giant. So,
Right.
but it's such a great game.
A guy that I work with plays Tarkov all the time. He's obsessed. He's obsessed with that and cryptocurrency. It's like all day, every day. He's telling me the ups and downs of the market and what to buy into and not.
Who?
A guy I work with.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think we wrapped up. We're gonna do the stream a little differently today. We don't have a ton of topics that we have to do, so we're just gonna get those out of the way, and then the rest of the stream can be all you people watching. It's your show. The rest of the show, free for all. But yeah, I think we kind of said. Well, TJ, did you have anything happen since last week?
I don't know. I just wanted to talk about today how like I was listening to Revenge. Cody just on Facebook just asked if we're touring or when are you guys touring. We're, not probably going to tour or do any shows until next year. We're going to take the rest of the year to continue writing and working on an acoustic album and a full length, and then when that's done, we'll play some shows on it. But man, I was listening to Revenge and just all these great memories. I mean, we put it out in 2017, so not that long ago. And the songs just still hold up, but it's different for us because I listen to like Revenge and I like the memories come back of like filming the video and like
Right.
or recording it in the studio with JK and just like how much fun we had. And like song to song, like freaking Not Listening, that song slaps, man. And we were always like discounting it, like, whatever. Like, but that song, there was like a bass drop in the middle of it. I was like, man. And so it reminded me of Tour because we played that on the I Sat to Kill tour like every single night. And that was just so much fun. And I miss it so much. And I think we get disconnected from it because you don't sit around and listen to your own music a lot. But when I listen to it, I'm just like, damn, this is so good. Like, it sounds so good. Like, I can't wait to make another record that sounds just as good, if not even better, and just get everything, all these thoughts and all this stuff like out there into the world. Like all the ideas that you all have sent so far are so cool. And like, we're just like we can be heavy when we want to be, you know what I mean? Like we're working on the acoustic album right now, but I'm like ready to rock, man. I'm ready.
Right. No, didn't we buy that gun rack at a thrift store in the video?
I don't even remember. I would have to like look at. I know I think it's like one of like Kevin's crazy like family members had it, right?
Or I thought we either got it at a thrift store. Or I thought maybe Katie, that girl that
like the girl
was
in the
there,
video.
actually had it and brought it or something.
Somebody. I mean, we're from Tennessee, man. Like everybody has gun racks. I don't even remember having the gun rack in the video. I'm gonna have to rewatch the
What was
video.
it, Blue Collar Comedy? You know you're a redneck if your gun rack has a gun rack on it.
Oh my god. I don't think you can say redneck anymore, by the way.
Why not?
It's one of those things that you can't say anymore. It's like a slur.
Yeah, but if I'm white, I can say it, right?
That was
Oh
his
my
whole
God, we're not getting into
career,
that.
whoever that was,
Dude,
I can't-
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah.
You might be a redneck. And then the redneck words
Well,
that like the would you did you and like
He's
stuff
pretty
like that.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
he's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Did we buy? I don't remember. I feel like that gun rack came from like one of Kevin's people.
probably.
And also
Probably.
like a couple comments ago, Doolin was like, I'm ancient in this group. And then he said he was 38. And I'm just like,
We ain't far off.
No, dude. No, you're a spring chicken. Age is just a number. It's all about how you feel.
Sure is.
So yeah, so Josh is working on drums for our acoustic My Evil Ways, which I can't wait to show everyone because it's just so much fun. But we finished up the rhythms on Sunday, had Javi in there. I posted a little behind the scenes on the Patreon, just being goofy in the
Yay.
studio. So
You
we
gotta
got that
post that stuff to the
done,
Facebook
and
group.
Josh is doing drums, and I stayed out way too late the night before, and but I survived. I got my Starbucks coffee and greasy breakfast sandwich, and we were ready to go. And then I actually I had the Nearly Dead's Throwaway song. I had John Joe came over on Monday and did some raps on it, and it was pretty fun.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's just fun, little different thing to do. Never done anything in that arena, so like trying new things. But anyways, should we get to the only Patreon question for this week?
Sure. Do you want to give a shout out to the producers as well?
Yeah, we can do housekeeping first.
Oh, I guess that's part of housekeeping.
But yeah, we can do all that. Where did I thought I minimized it, but I'll just pull off of.
Oh yeah, and remember Watch Your Back? That song is fire
Yeah.
too. For whatever reason, like that song was in my head and I was like, I haven't really sat and listened to it in a long time. Like we basically released that song and then stopped doing stuff
That was
immediately.
the last.
Yeah, we released the song and then we're immediately like, we're done with this.
No, I mean, I really wanted to make a music video for it and I still kind of do. And I like, who the fuck cares if we release it 2 years ago? Like, I still kind of want to make a music video for it because I think it's such a good song. Like,
Yeah.
I
feel
think
like
at the very least we should make lyric videos for every video that we don't have a lyric video for.
there is a lyric video for Watch Your Back. I made it. It's not like the
No, I
world's
know for
best.
Watch Your Back. I'm just saying for like all our other stuff. In general, we should have a lyric video for every song.
I mean,
that
you
we
guys
have.
tell us. Do you guys would you rather have lyric videos or regular music videos? The
No, this
answer's gonna
isn't
be
a
regular.
this isn't a would you rather. This
Yeah.
is like
Like obviously
lyric
everyone,
videos we could do for basically nothing. Whereas like a full blown video costs money. We can't do a full blown for every song.
Listen,
Every
well,
song.
not every song. I wish we could, but
Well, if we grow the Patreon more, then we can.
we can't. So we never did a music video for Freak Show. I don't even know if we have a lyric. No, we have a lyric video. The lyric video for Freak Show is pretty cool too. We hired a professional to do it. It wasn't just like a me job.
Didn't we have a concept for a music video though? Weren't we
I think
throwing
so.
that around?
Like all of us
Freak show.
dressing up like freaks from like a
I thought it was going to be like really circusy. Like that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted like a
Yeah.
circus. I wanted to put a show on. I wanted to have like Fable Cry guys come out and like all their, have like a circus troupe. I don't know. This was like years ago though. And so it just kind of went on the back burner and never happened. We did the video for Revenge, which is really cool. But that's not even on the same album. So that was like after the fact. So Freak
Yeah.
Show, we didn't never do a video for. And then Watch Your Back, we never did a video for, but I love the lyrics of that song. I love the meaning of it, and I just don't feel like it really got its like day. And I don't feel like we really did it justice because I feel like it's a really good song.
I mean, it's one of our top stream songs.
Watch Your Back or Freak Show?
Freak Show.
I'm talking about Watch Your Back.
Oh, yeah. No. Well, yeah, it didn't get the publicity that it needed.
We didn't
So-
do any publicity, and then we learned really quick with Punk Rock Kitty Cat that it really makes a big difference.
Right.
Well, I mean,
So the only question we have this week is, and I'm not even sure if it is a question because it's just phrased, taking shots and forgetting names, question mark, smiley face.
Is that like
So I don't know if the question is like wild stories, like, you know, drunk nights, one night stands. I don't know if that's the question, or if
That's
it's
a weird-
asking what the like meaning of the lyric is. It's literally a quote from Evil Ways with a question mark.
I don't know, man. What do you guys think? I mean, people like it's really funny because I feel like once every stream somebody's like, "Have you stopped taking shots yet?" you know? And it's like, "No." Like I feel like that might be the question. Like, are you still taking shots and forgetting names? I mean, there's kind of a double meaning to the whole forgetting name things. Obviously, it kind of references like one night stands or whatnot, what have you. But also, like the sheer fact that I'm kind of just like a forgetful person, you know, and I have to meet somebody several times before I remember their name. So it kind of just is like a literal meaning, and you could take it for what it means to you.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
technically, an adult would like take the time to remember the name or like go out of their way to like, but we're just young and like carefree and just in the moment and not putting in that effort, I guess.
Yeah.
So Josh, when was your last night of shots and forgetting names?
It's been a while. I'm an adult now.
I know, dude. Like, that's exactly
No.
how I feel. And I
Yeah, I
listened
mean,
to
I
the,
haven't been like, yeah.
I listened to the
that
record,
bad.
and I'm like, we used to have so much fun. Like, what happened to us? Like, I'm
Yeah.
planning my wedding, and it's like super traditional and classy, and I'm just like, what
Yeah.
is happening? And like, we're not all living in a van. Like, I can regularly shower. I regularly have money to pay my bills and eat. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely did some drinking at my sister's wedding a few weeks ago, but I forgetting names to that point. I don't know. Maybe the last time I was at your like I don't even remember.
Are you
I think
looking
that's the
forward to
point.
taking lots of shots at TJ's wedding?
Sure thing.
Just getting belligerent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I really want to do though is just like get some pregame beers, but just like save one to be that one guy like in the middle of their vows, you just hear in the crowd that as they
Oh,
like
no.
crack open the beer like during the wedding.
I would literally stop the wedding. You know what? I will literally march down from the wedding if I hear a kid cry or somebody crack a beer, or if I see somebody with their goddamn phone. I will stop everything, and it will ruin my day. I don't think anyone's going to open a beer in the middle. Let's put that out there. But like,
They're gonna be like, "Oh, it's this kind of wedding."
I don't want people to be taking pictures and stuff. I would, that's a huge pet peeve of mine. It just like really takes away from the moment. And like, what are you going to do with the picture of me? Like, we have a professional photographer for a reason. So.
Right.
Definitely.
And Derper, that's why you're not invited to the wedding, because TJ knows.
Everyone keeps asking how they can get invited, and I mean, I told you guys $1 million Patreon prize. Come on over. Shit, I mean, I would do it for a $100,000 Patreon prize. Like, come on, you can come meet my family. But anyway, so hello to Luis on YouTube, and hello to
But you could do it with like a
Mickey,
Mountain Dew, Derper.
Mickey on Facebook.
Yeah, let's see the translation.
There
here.
will be no Mountain Dew at my wedding. It's a much classier affair than that.
Thank you,
Anyway.
Mickey. We're glad that you like us and think we're too good.
Nice.
Thanks.
Flexing the French skills.
Yeah.
No, I just did the translation thing.
Oh.
Wow, Siege.
Yeah, no, I studied French for like 2 months before visiting my brother, and I have not.
I remember you studying that. You were studying that, then Javi was studying something else.
Spanish because Javi's the worst Mexican. He doesn't know any Spanish.
I remember that tour.
Yeah.
See, this is why I'm not telling anyone where I'm getting married, because I'm afraid that Derper will bust into the wedding dressed in a catsuit, dressed like a punk.
Or the Kool-Aid man.
Or the Kool-Aid man. That would actually be hilarious. Either one of those would be hilarious. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, no. Yeah. Anyway,
Yep.
enough
But
about
how much
my
better
wedding.
would your wedding be if Derper did that, though? It'd be a wedding for the ages.
No comment on that.
I mean, I'm sipping, so I guess for me, I'm not really taking shots,
Yeah, well,
but
I definitely still take shots, and I really shouldn't. Like, when we have a hard day, like Jordan has this bad habit of coming home with like Fireball bottles.
hmm,
Yeah,
that Jordan is much too old
old school.
and should have self-respect enough to not get Fireball ever.
Like-
That should never be an option.
Like
That's very sweet.
I mean, I don't know what the deal. I don't know what it is, man. Like, we met obviously like 7 years ago, and like Fireball and PBR nights, you know, you can get a pretty good night going for like $5. So that was basically
in a pretty
right?
shitty morning.
Right?
Yeah.
Not 7 years ago though. Like, I feel like we were just like a little bit more resilient, like a little younger, and like a little bit like, whatever. Like, remember when you used to be able to like drink all night? And of course on tour too, because we met on tour, and that's what we always drank on tour was like Fireball shots and PBR, because it was the free beer that they would give us at the venue, or the cheapest beer. That would always be what we would drink. And like, I think the difference is we would sweat it all out and perform and jump all around the stage and have a lot of fun. And now it's like we don't do anything like that anymore. Not for, but, and I want to though. Like, I miss playing shows so bad.
Yeah.
I don't want to like, not so I can like hold my liquor better, but like, that's the thing. It's like, we don't need to be like that anymore. We don't drink PBR anymore. We've graduated to nicer beer. And like, now we're all like, you know, on the sober curious train, where we go like big periods of time without drinking at all, you know, just to feel healthier and detox and things like that. So there's nothing wrong with that
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, I would say I drink often, just not a lot. You know, I like whiskey at the end of the day, or I like a glass like when we do these streams, just like loosen up or whatever. And or if I go out to eat or with friends, obviously I'm gonna have a drink. But every once in a while I have one of those nights, and it's just like, good God, why did I do this? I'm too old.
Yeah.
And that was Saturday, because what was just supposed to be a normal day ended up turning into this full thing. Like, I went out to Nashville in the morning to have brunch with some friends, and I had brunch, and I had this iced coffee cocktail thing, which was super good. And I was done with that. And then when I was done with brunch, I was going to go meet Tommy. He's got my friend Tommy. The band knows, maybe some of the fans. He has a new girlfriend now. It's been a while since he's had a girlfriend, and
wow.
he was in town, and I was going to go meet them and meet his girlfriend. And so we meet up for beers at just like this dive, and we're at Tailgate, which is this awesome brewery, and we're just having beers. So we're like just day drinking beers, and they have this nice big open outdoor tent thing. And so we're having beers, and it's like rolling around 4 o'clock, and he said he had some friends were having dinner, so they were going to go do that. And I was like, well, I'm in Nashville. I have some friends that I go to East Nashville with sometimes, and I was like, I'll hit them up and see if they want to do something tonight, since I'm already out here, because I live 30 minutes outside the city. And they're like, yeah, we're hanging out, but we work until 9. And I was like, oh damn, I want to sit around by myself. And Tommy was like, well, do you want to come to this dinner? It's a crawfish boil. And I was like, okay, I don't know anybody, but I'll go. So it was like brunch with a drink, day drinking beers, then crawfish boil, where they decided to start playing flip cup and beer pong. And so I had this crawfish boil, and it's starting to wind down. I'm like, okay, now I need to go meet my friends. We usually just meet at this dive in East Nashville and just hang out. And I was like, I can hang out when I'm ready. I'll just go home. No, get to my friend's house, and she's like, yeah, we're not going there. So and so and all his gay friends want to go to this club downtown. They can get VIP. That's what we're doing. And I'm like, I'm here, fine, okay. So we Uber, which it was like a $40 Uber to go like 15 minutes down the road. And we get there, and yeah, so we're at this club like all night, and it was fun, and I enjoyed hanging out with them. But by the time the night was over and the Ubers and I got back home, I was like, holy shit, it's 4:30 in the morning and I have to go to the studio the next day. And so I just like immediately crash in bed and like sleep for 5 hours. And then Javi's like texting me, he's like, you ready? I'm like, I haven't even jumped in the shower. You're gonna have to like give me a second. And yeah, so it's days and nights like that now, like 10 years ago, that would have been every weekend. And now it's like, why didn't I just go home after the crawfish boil?
I mean, that's very rock star of you, though. So
Yeah.
it's
Keeping
very,
it alive,
yeah,
until we
can
tour.
still fucking
Yeah.
hang. We can still hang, man. We can still hang. Good for you.
I do have to say, it
champ.
does feel pretty rock star to go to one of the newer, nicer clubs in Nashville and see a huge line of people outside, and then to walk up to that other little rope and just flash your ID and walk right in, and just like, suckers.
That's cool.
So, yeah. Anyways, that was my taking shots, forgetting names story.
That's a good story. Very good story. What about Josh? Josh, did you have a story?
No, I just said my my sister's wedding was the
Ah,
last time. I don't really drink that much at all anymore, unless it's like an occasion.
good
but-
for you.
Yeah. I don't know.
Good for you, man.
Well, should we housekeeping and then open up the floor to everybody
Yeah.
watching?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, to start off, we have a lot of things to announce, and I'll let TJ announce them. But real quick, I'm just going to shout off. We want to thank all the producers on our Patreon who just really help. Everybody who signs up for our Patreon, we're so grateful for you. You allow us to do these streams every week, to work on this acoustic album we're doing. Basically, you keep all the gears turning with the band, and we're so grateful. But we do have producer tiers that are a little bit extra money each month and extra helpful. So we'd like to give these people a shout out. And we actually had a new person that's signed up since the stream last week. And that was Ninja Teddies.
Oh, that's Scott Ross. That's Scott Rosticer. Yay!
Okay, so Scott signed up to a Night of the Living producers tier.
Yay! Thanks,
So
Scott.
we really appreciate that.
Thank you.
So he's a new producer, and then we have our oldies but goodies: Paul, Craig, Karen, Doug Saxon, Jesse Toby, Yaroslav, Craig Baruki, John KNC, Patty, Bobby, and Bill Ford.
Yes!
And I feel like the Craigs I always screw up, not Craig Karen, but Paul and Craig. I always ruin their last name, and Yaroslav for sure.
Yeah.
But
Keep the stream running, help keep the gears working, help the whole band keep doing its thing. So thank you guys, all of our patrons. Thank you all. You guys rock. The link is right here on the video. If you haven't joined or you want to join, go for it. There's all kind of stuff. Pull a name.
and record
Digital artwork by Javier, and everybody access to our original very first EP recorded at the Brown Owl Studios in Nashville, Tennessee. In album, you'll be the only person on the planet who has it besides us and whoever might have come to see one of our shows 11 years ago. And my mom, I think, has one. But so pretty cool prize. So we'll be giving that away live on the live stream. I don't know if it's going to be next week's live stream or what, because next month that's the only one that I'm going to be on. And
well, then we should probably do it on the one you're going to be on. So let's go ahead and kick off that month with a kick-ass prize.
And then I'll be like MIA for the next 3 weeks.
Right.
On my
so
honeymoon.
Anybody that wants unreleased music all to themselves, you have a week to sign up for the producer tier. That's either the Night of the Living producers or the Dead Executive producers. Those are the $15 and $25 tiers.
It's like very interesting. Like just so you guys know how cool it is that you're gonna have this. It's like, don't think that it's like what we normally sound like. A really good song. But when we started working with producers and like meeting people around Nashville, we started really like fine tuning our sound. So this is us before we got polished. What I was thinking on a lot of these songs. I haven't personally listened to it in probably like 10 years, I don't think. Because as soon as we like started working with JK and started working on like the first EP, the self-titled one, I feel like we just kind of forgot about that old music completely. I don't think we used any of it unless Special evolved from one of those.
Of an older song, that not one that we ever recorded. Like we haven't done anything with the tracks on that demo.
Yeah. So join the producers tier, which how much is that? 25?
That's the higher level one, but the 15 one gets you into.
So the next week we're going to be pulling out of that pool to win. And you can change if you guys aren't familiar with Patreon and how it works, you can change your pledge from month to month. A little bit helps us. And like I said, our goal is to hit 150. So any little bit helps. And we'd love to hit 150 and then everyone will get that. And then
we were pretty excited last week with some of you watching and signed up after the stream. And that was really cool.
YouTube was like one of the first songs we ever wrote as a band, right? Fact and Friction, I kind of wrote on piano and like brought to you guys. I feel like that was the first one that you guys kind of let me help you guys write. I wrote the lyrics. Well, you helped write the lyrics, but I wrote the melody and everything. So that was a song that you guys were like jamming on when I was like when I was auditioning to be in the band. And I remember just needing to sing on that song. And now look at us all these years later.
Right.
All these years later, I'm just like, oh, I really want to like sing. This is such a good band. So thank you, Speed Punk, for the bits, Twitch bits. Yeah.
Speaking of Patreon, there's a new single up on Patreon right now. Went live a couple weeks ago.
Oh, Believer. What do you think of it? Tell everybody about the song. And
well, when we were shooting around separately, and then the Believer was a new one written that we were going to put on the album, and we kind of all separately fit the acoustic album, but not like let each other know what we chose.
Right.
And I know that, one of mine specifically was the Believer. I thought it had a lot of potential. That was a really cool song, really meaningful song. And it was cool because I didn't know. I feel like we kind of I didn't even really see an origin to the song, different ideas. And so I basically just went on a shopping spree and ordered just a shit ton of timbales or whatever they're called, you know,
What are
like just
fire sticks?
they're like give it like a
As a drumstick.
yeah. So yeah, on and we kind of demoed on that, and sort of got like all the ideas together, and really like messed with until I, you know, just experimenting with different sounds. We did a take with brushes. We did a take with all the little cymbal rolls. Just a bunch of kind of cool. It's different, and I'll definitely always prefer being in the studio and like getting remotely, and just emailing pretty smooth, and it's definitely one of my top.
Yeah, that is bold. It was kind of funny because it was actually written to be, well, it was part of the, when we were working on ideas for the new album, like the new full length record, we were sending kind of ideas on acoustic record. I think we just thought that song, just the core of it, sounded good on just the acoustic as the scratch, that we're like, maybe this will work for the acoustic record. But I think it was originally,
Well, because most of our demos, they're all hanging on it, and I was like, all separately picked. So that was the only one that we all picked, actually. He's our secret weapon. He's the best member of the band. He's the most talented, easygoing member of the band. Everyone else stuff, but it's like, I feel on the producer thing, like, it's basically it's like this, but private with us, and so you can be on, it's just you, and you get like one-on-one time with us, and it's really cool, and we talk about whatever you want, talk about a lot of like ideas for the band, because we really like hearing from you guys what you guys want to see us do, what like merch you want us to do. You know, besides, obviously, I know everybody wants to see us live, wants to see us tour, but since we're not doing that for a while,
like the Gore video game with the, all I cared is they had Liu Kang in there and he did his fatality, and that made me happy.
He was honestly I mean, he didn't like have a lot, but he was one of my favorite parts of the movie, to be honest, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just cool, you know, he's just like there, but
Him and Kano, that damn Australian.
but at least I kind
So
of.
speaking of comedies, because in my opinion, I think the Europeans do it way better. Like, European sitcoms are way funnier than ours. I've been obsessed with like some, and so I found on Amazon they have a show, and it's only one time I saw with just this one dude that sucks at life, and his best friend in the show is, what's his name, Ron from Harry Potter, the redheaded kid.
Oh yeah,
He like plays the best friend, and
Rupert something, or yeah.
yeah, I don't know, but it's hilarious. So I was talking to him here to me, and he's a British show, and it's not quite as upfront with the comedy part of it. It's like more of like kind of a drama comedy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like obsessed. Like, I've like in a week, like I'm midway through the second season, and it's such like kind of coming of age, like teen drama, but it's hilarious, and all the characters are like so endearing. He's so funny and like zingy and zany, but they look at them, they're like
the poor man's. He
Yeah.
never. Let's see.
That came out around transformed into like dinosaurs and animals instead of cars,
So
and it was computer graphics.
this is like VR Troopers.
Yeah, that doesn't ring a bell to me.
I remember I had like they had like McDonald's toys or something, basically exactly like Power Rangers. It was like,
Yeah.
Well, I know it was Transformers. But it's, what I mean is, it's not the traditional Transformers where they're transforming into vehicles. It's like a prehistoric one, and
oh,
there
they
was
turned into
a
dinosaurs.
raptor that I like, T-Rex, like the
They probably had the actual toys. I bet you.
McDonald's Happy Meal toys. I remember that was like real popular. I collected when they were giving away the Hot Wheels for a while.
Well, when we were growing up, my mother was a manager at a McDonald's, so like my whole childhood, you know, we had every single McDonald's toy ever made. we just sold them at a garage sale when we moved. Like my mom was like, whatever, fuck all this stuff. And it's like, and at the time you don't think about it. We had them and people toys I wouldn't even know. The Barbie toy, you have to get the hot to go get a Happy.
Like, because Burger King has the same thing. It's not called a Happy Meal, but whatever it's called. And it was when Wild Wild Morpheus.
They did that with Men in Black too, I'm pretty sure, because I was definitely all about that.
They gave away the like little zapper thing.
Yeah, I have.
Like keep a lot of stuff like that from my childhood.
On me in the house that I live in, I don't really have anything from my childhood. At my parents' house, I think in their attic, there's some boxes that have some old cards.
Don't post your Pokemon cards. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Where'd you come from? So it's like as
Stream keeps freezing on my end.
labs, like I just think sometimes there's gonna be glitches. I think people like they maybe start watching and then they stop. So like I don't know if in the future if we should just do
post, because yeah, it's like YouTube.
Facebook seems to be working pretty well when we do it on Facebook. So
Because I have
Like my Facebook, I just have it open on my phone and it'll pause a lot.
Yeah, there's apparently one. I think I remember those. They were kind of rare, like the holographic.
Who said times were tough for you old folk and why? What were we just talking about? Oh yeah, guys
to have video games because they're lucky boy for 5th grade. Like Wario World, I had Zelda Link's Awakening on it. And yeah, my first console I didn't get until I was almost in high school. I think it was like,
First game I got was Pokemon Snap.
dude, they just released the new one.
I know.
You gonna download it, Josh?
I do. I need to.
the first game that I ever got was Bart vs. the Juggernauts for Game Boy. It was a Simpsons video game. It was a Game Boy game. It was probably on Nintendo as well, but
Reissued it. They did that a lot with Game Boy, I feel like. Reissued Super Nintendo games.
I must have asked for it because I remember it was like a birthday present. I think I asked for it. And then I also had The Little Mermaid, which actually is a super fucking hard game, you guys. I still have it.
All the Disney games were super hard. Like Lion King will make you want to like shoot your brains out.
And these are games that are like 20 years old. Let's be honest, right? They're dot made difficult. If you died, you started the game over. Period.
Terrible.
Like you could earn lives, but if you didn't earn enough lives and you died, like that was it. So that lives in the first world if you know what you're doing. And then then you're good for like the rest of the game. But like so that was definitely the first video game I had. I got Bart vs. Juggernauts that birthday on cassette.
What a great birthday.
On cassette, you guys. It was the fucking best. Obviously, I still remember that birthday. It was lit. I think, okay, so you guys remember like, do you remember Yak Backs?
No.
I had a fucking collection of these. You know how like in our time, but he had like that, literally all it did, and you can make your voice sound good and playing it back and listening to it, and then you could only like, I'm gonna look up a picture of these.
Yeah, I had, it was basically the guy version of Polly Pocket.
Dude.
And it was
I had one of those.
I had all of these. I had every single freaking one.
I feel like I had like the orangest
Say
one.
it and then play it.
I never had
Dude,
those.
this is sick. This is like, it's
pretty sure that's,
So one button records, like talk to the drum beat.
I remember it.
Dude, I had all of these. I had every color. I had the red one for sure. Right now, you guys. It would go chirp and you go, ha. And it'd be like, ha ha ha, my sister's a butthead. Like in a
Xbox in your hand.
Dude. It was, it's just a box. I had these
but
in
yeah,
color.
the little turtle shells, and when you opened them up, like little ninja. When my friends, people at school had Tamagotchi, and I like wanted one so bad, and I like begged. I was like, everybody has Tamagotchi, and then I got one, and it was like one day, like
I had Yoda.
Still have this.
I'm
gonna Google it.
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, so it was like this is yeah.
Yeah.
Dead stream just turned into
Okay, so we were oh, actually a gigapet is what the Star Wars. It's a Star Wars gigapet.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
gigapet. This is the exact one I had, man. Oh, they sell them on Amazon.
Doug. Yoda is alive in our hearts.
I
That's
can
all that matters.
Gigapet AR. This must be a reissue, but this is exactly what I had when I was a kid. Or like I will say like more of a tween. Like I was definitely not like a little kid because apparently these were like not for little dot matrix screen that had a fucking
Yeah.
Mhm.
Crazy.
There's so remember
Say
all the
bye.
Tamagotchis that died over the years, and
No, you're-
moment of silence.
moment of
for the
silence for
dead
all the,
digipets.
all the dead gigapets and Tamagotchis and now they redid
All the dead goldfish from the kids who
like so I saw they sell Tamagotchis in in Target now. Hi, bae.
Wow.
He keeps coming through my. But like I look.
fond, not everybody, but most people, lady that are on the boat, but like it's a mix of like the story and talking to these people with like one of those kind of management games where it's like you build all these different like buildings and things on your boat, and like one building is like the kitchen, and that's where you cook food because your spirits need to eat so they can be happy. But you can also build these little gardens where you grow stuff, where you can go fishing to cook things. That to upgrade your ship you need like wood and different things, so you build like a linen room or like a wood shop. Yeah, that's exactly it. And it's just, it seems tedious, but it's like so relaxing, and just the music's fantastic, the artwork's fantastic. Like if your spirits are sad, you can like give them a hug and make them feel better. Then you like feed them, and you it is funny, like the noises, it's kind of like old Nintendo games where nobody actually talks, it's just text, but then they make noises like like shock, but then it immediately changes to like ah, and like I don't know, it's just like this, I don't know why I'm so addicted to it, but it's so chill. Definitely gets you out of the like chaos of the world. But
Yeah.
anyways, to my weird collection. So I'm a part of this Facebook group like 2005, I think. It's called like Remembering 2005, and there's people always posting like commercials or emo bands and whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it made me think of being in like emo and metal bands when I was in high school. And you remember like when skinny jeans first started becoming a thing and like the underground metal scene came out, the big thing for all the metal kids to do was to like, you had to have the wallet chain, but you also had a bandana in one of your back pockets. But belt buckles was a huge thing for the metal kids. It was like tight band shirt, tight jeans, belt buckle.
Belt buckle.
So
yes.
I have a collection of like random ass belt buckles because we'd go to like thrift stores and we go through the belt section, and you just like the bigger, the gaudier, and like of course if you found a nautical star belt buckle, you had to get that. But
Yeah.
I just like, yeah. So I know somewhere in one of my drawers I got like 20 belt buckles, and it was the stupidest collection because I think I maybe wore one like through pants almost, because like the belt's supposed to keep your pants up, but the belt buckle's so heavy it's like pulling my pants down.
Yeah.
Dano just recommended a game called Gris. Gris?
Oh, Gris.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a French game, and that one
I
is
just totally
fantastic as
butchered
well.
it. Oh my god, Gris.
Gris. Yeah, it's another one that's like, there's like Spiritfarer is a little bit more gamey. It's Spiritfarer is more like Animal Crossing or like Harvest Moon or something where you have like routine things that you do every day and it's gamey, whereas like Gris is more of just kind of like platforming, and as you go through the levels it adds color and the environments change. But that was a French game that has like a super incredible art style and
The art on
music
this
as well.
game looks really, really cool. What do you do with the game? So this is the artwork, some of it.
Yeah, it's just this. It's like a platformer, almost like Mario, but you're not really like jumping and killing Goombas or anything. You're just getting through the level and
Hmm.
solving puzzles, like figuring out how to get to the next area.
Gree is a serene and evocative experience, free of danger, frustration, or death. Players will explore a meticulously designed world brought to life with delicate art, detailed animation, and elegant original score. Ooh, cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. I think it won some awards for art direction and indie game
Yeah,
the year
sounds
it came out.
sounds cool. Sounds really cool. I also had a bunch of belt buckles. I still have some. I have a Black Sabbath belt buckle. I have one that so that was like my prized possession. I found that at a flea market. I was like, "Oh my god, Black Sabbath." And then I have one that's piano keys as well. I used to wear I probably wore it to when we first started gigging. I probably still wore my double belts with like my belt buckles and all of that crap.
Yeah, I had like novelty ones that I got from like Spencer's, like Sonic or
Did you guys
something.
ever have
But
the Oh, Sonic. I was going to say, did you have the
yeah.
ones that were like you know how they like there was a bunch of like vulgar ones
Oh
like
yeah.
yeah there was
I never
like
had
an arrow
any
that
vulgar.
pointed down. It was like 5 cents mustache
Yeah.
rides or some shit like that, or like they had bottle openers on them. Like that was the shit you could find at Spencer's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dano, I love when a game like gets to you on that level. Like I've definitely had those moments. The belt buckle thing was what got my family started on. So I had a collection of Marilyn Monroe stuff, not because I actually collected them, but because people kept buying me Marilyn Monroe stuff. And it all started from a belt buckle. When I was collecting those belt buckles, I bought this like pewter belt buckle that had Marilyn Monroe on it.
Mm.
And I got it because I was like, oh, it's cool. I could wear it to the Norma Jean shows and stuff. And I think my mom or somebody was just like, why'd you buy a Marilyn Monroe belt buckle? And I was like, I don't know, because she's cool or whatever. I like her classy look, or it's a cool belt buckle. And so it was like after that, like my mom bought me something with Marilyn Monroe, and then somebody bought me this wine that had Marilyn Monroe on it. And then my friends started buying. So right now, one of my just like so now I have all this Marilyn Monroe shit, and wasn't even like my collection or something I started thanks to one belt buckle.
Oh, Doolin says he has a huge tattoo of Marilyn on his back. You got to send us a picture, man. Send us
Yeah,
a
send
picture.
pics. That's awesome.
Pics. That's pretty cool. That's a cool thing that a lot of people have collections of Marilyn Monroe.
I think it
I
makes it
love
cooler
too that like it's so funny how that era is viewed in comparison to our era or decade, because it's like you look back at anybody from that era and you're like, oh, they're so classy and
And
so elegant and
glamorous.
so but it's like it's just because that's how they dress them. But in reality, Marilyn Monroe back then was probably more akin to like Cardi B or someone of today. Like she was super promiscuous and like that kind of girl of that time. But because of the style and the like love of that era, I think we look at anybody from that time and it's like they get compared to like the Mother Teresa's or like
yeah.
Princess Dies of today. When
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't really agree with that. I don't think Marilyn Monroe is getting compared with Mother Teresa. Obviously, she's like an iconic figure, and but yeah,
no, I'm not
I think a lot of
compared to
her
Mother Teresa.
movie
I'm
roles,
just
like
saying
a
it's
lot of
like
her
you.
movie roles, I think a lot of her movie roles, she was like a sweet, not necessarily innocent, but like definitely like more sexual roles for the time.
Right,
But
she was kind of the
very
dumb blonde.
very like but like all those old movies, because of the way they speak and the way the language is, it just gives it like the classy kind of a feel to it. um yeah, but I mean, I guess you're right. I kind of see
I
what
think
you're
she's
saying.
viewed like Audrey Hepburn when it's like that, but
She
she was
no, it was like
promiscuous
she was
in comparison.
obviously well, that who cares who's promiscuous? It's not right to judge women, because I'm sure Audrey Hepburn got married just as many times as Marilyn Monroe did or whatever. But Marilyn Monroe was more like overtly like sexual or like in her roles, where Audrey Hepburn really wasn't. And we don't know. I mean, we could talk about.
Well,
I feel
in
like
life,
everyone
too.
knows. I feel like everyone knows that like Marilyn Monroe had like issues and drug problems and drinking problems and things like that, and had a very tragic death, where most celebrities have those issues today. So she was one of the first people probably ever, this is my argument, to ever be really that famous. So it's like you get geared through that machine,
Right. And it just like takes a toll.
Yeah, totally. If you're not mentally strong enough to handle it. And she was just a very loving person. And I think that's why she fell in love so many times and threw herself into so many relationships and things like that. That was just part of like who she was. But I don't really think people are like, oh, her and Audrey Hepburn are like one and the same. I think it's like totally different. That's just me though. Like I feel like Marilyn
I guess I'm
Monroe.
thinking more of people
I
who
always
don't
think
really
Marilyn
know
Monroe-
who she is. You just look at the picture,
Yeah.
you look at hear the
classy
voice.
stuff, but she's always lumped in with like Elvis. It's like Marilyn Monroe, Elvis, 1950s diner shit.
Right.
It's
exactly.
not really like Audrey Hepburn, Golden Age of Hollywood stuff. That's different. That's like a separate era almost.
Now let's see who agrees with me here. Friends and zombies watching. I had this conversation with somebody the other day. Speaking of untimely deaths,
That's something deep to talk about on a live stream.
That's a rabbit hole right there, because I've seen some things about a whole documentary they were making and crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's just too coincidental, like a year from each other, the same exact thing. They're best friends. And it was a year after. Cornell was like a year after another dude that was part of their anti-human trafficking initiative.
Yeah,
that they were big supporters of.
Yeah,
they were very outspoken and part of charities against that. And it was around the same time a lot of the people in government were getting outed for having private islands with human trafficking. And
they had some information too, because I'm pretty sure they were like working on something, but I don't know, that could be conspiracy, but I definitely agree with where you're headed with that, Steve.
Yeah, I think it was too coincidental, and it's like they had nice families, they had kids, they had everything to live for.
Yeah.
And just seems too coincidental. I don't think it was suicide. I think it was an inside job.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that's a conversation that you two can have in private. We're not going to talk about stuff like that on the public live stream. So let's change the subject. We're not going to dive into theories and things like that, and we're just going to pay our respects and move on.
To some very influential and badass people in the music industry.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's just sad. It's all tragic, even with Marilyn Monroe and things like that. There's a lot of people who died too soon. Kurt Cobain, Then there's also the argument of like, well, since they died young, that was why they became successful. Like a lot of people say that about Nirvana. They're like, man, if Kurt hadn't have died and they had just kept being a band, would they have even been as big as they continue to be now? Like honest, like
I think it maybe adds to it, but they had some banger songs.
You could never I agree with you, first of all. Like I think they would be. I'm saying people say this and I'm just like, how could you say that? Like obviously it happened, so like we are where we are. Like, and they are going, and now that we're talking about Elvis and like Marilyn Monroe and stuff, I'm just like, Kurt Cobain is like one of those modern day Elvis people, did this like groundbreaking music that was totally outside the norm. And like, like got people together and like grunge the whole thing. And it just, I don't know, changed the music industry forever. And then died, young. It's very like, has that Elvis kind of vibe to it. Like he's in. Bob Marley is the same way. Bob Marley more so because Bob Marley is on shit everywhere.
That's true.
Like when you think about, like, I go to a gift shop and like wherever the fuck it is, there's Bob Marley t-shirts everywhere. There's Elvis t-shirts everywhere. There's, you know, their quotes and stuff are everywhere. You don't really see Kurt Cobain stuff everywhere. That's a little bit more of a niche audience of music. But Bob Marley's music resonates with a lot of people. So that's, oh yeah, John Lennon too, obviously.
Yeah.
That's what iteration. Assassinated. They were already insanely famous.
Yeah, that's almost even a little different. I don't know. That argument's so just pointless to me because it's neither here nor there. And they still created fantastic songs, you know.
Yeah, they were already the hugest band ever before he even died. So it's not. See, I think that argument doesn't apply if they're already mega famous. It only applies when you talk about like artists, painters and stuff who were painting and nobody would pay a dime for their artwork, and they didn't get it, and they're like, this is shit, we don't want it. And they're not necessarily
like that. And I know over the new leaf of positivity out there who love to be like this. I hate pretentious people who think that what they like if like is the be all end all. Like, if you don't think what I think is cool, then you suck. You know what I mean? Industry for sure, because nobody likes being around them. Nobody.
Yeah, and it's like, the funny thing too is, if they were bands from these technical or progressive, you know, bands, whatever, Dream Theater, whatever, or even if you went to John Williams or one of these composers, they don't only listen to classical music. They don't only listen to progressive jazz or whatever. I guarantee if you went to one of these composers or artists that's just famously known for being very deep and complex, they probably listen to like pop and simple music like everybody else because it's just fun. Sometimes you don't want to have to get deep and think. You just want to bob your head and you just want to sing along. And you know, I've tried to, honestly, with the Nearly Deads and just me as an artist in general, I've tried to take that approach more of just like, don't overcomplicate it. Just write something that sounds fun. It's got a groove, or it makes sense and it's memorable, and that's what matters. And the lyrics are kind of cheesy, but you know, it's like, it's gonna stick in your head if it's cheesy. Cheese is sticky.
True.
Oh my god.
Cheese is sticky, especially
that's true.
Or like my mentality, honestly, and I think it in your verses substance, like, because people to think surface level and super just catchy and simple, because that's, everybody needs to be able to understand it, because that's what they're going to be singing and that's what's going to get stuck in their head. So it's like, have that cheese level in the chorus and then get to your deep, thoughtful stuff in the verse.
Yeah.
Or the bridge. Musically, the bridge is like the big, like, here's your complexity comes into the bridge, and then simplify it up.
Dano says, if you could do one thing, even if it's surreal, what would you do? I would smoke weed and talk with Jesus. He's a cool guy. So that's the example we're going off of.
Right.
Oh, that wasn't your answer.
No.
I can't see that.
No, although last stream we did talk about Bong Volcano, even though I don't smoke weed at all. Remember my big dream about the giant bong, the volcano giant volcano that was a giant bong.
I mean, Dana set the standards high, because that,
I feel like you nailed it when you're like, I would talk to somebody who, like, I probably could never talk to. So maybe somebody who's passed or whatever.
Wow.
I don't know, dude. You guys go first. I want to shout out Kingdom Heart Gamer on YouTube. Can't wait to hear the next album. What was that dream you had after? Did anybody have a weird dream after eating a Madana last stream? I haven't tried it. I'm too scared. Oh my God, you guys. I had a nightmare last night, though, that somebody was like after me, like with a gun.
That's terrifying.
I hate those nightmares. Like,
where you're like somebody's chasing you, basically.
Yeah,
That's
or like
weird.
we're hiding. I think I was being held hostage and I was like hiding, and it was a horrible dream, but at least it wasn't a wedding anxiety dream. My caterer didn't show up. Like every other day there's like a new like anxiety wedding dream about like somebody just not showing up that day, like my father or something, you know. Then told somebody was trying to murder me dream.
Well, I literally hate Doug now, and I don't want him ever in any of our chats
Why?
You see?
because he got the song
The
stuck in my
lamb
head.
chop song.
Yeah, but it's gonna be in my head the rest of the
okay.
damn night when I go to
Anything,
finish
if you
cooking.
guys could do anything surreal, what would you do?
So surreal, does it have to be like fantastic or I don't know. Like
We need
it could be
examples,
made
guys.
up
We need examples, guys. More
Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Like I don't want the dreams about being in Jurassic Park. And then you just like see the dinosaurs.
That's cool. Man, I don't know. I mean, I was gonna say like I would like
dude, I would ride a unicorn.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
That
like
No, in my dreams
No,
where I'm flying,
it'd
it's
have
like
to-
I'm basically just doing this, like the breaststroke in the air above people.
no, it has to be Superman
Everything rising up as you're about.
window. Like it's so crazy that you could actually picture what it'd be like to fly. But it's
you-
still surreal to actually be able to physically fly and like fly through a cloud.
I literally have nightmares. I have a recurrent nightmare that I'm in a plane crash.
Oof.
And I have one that like it involves like a bridge and like I fall off the bridge and there's like water everywhere or like something like so yeah, I'm terrified that like that's how I'm actually going to die one day. But like why? I wonder why. And it is not just like zero gravity in the plane and it's going like this. It's not really like a crash,
Yeah.
but it's sort of like a crash is coming and then I wake up. Or just it's just a not good situation thing. Like, I think I just have anxiety, and I think that's what gives me these weird dreams. Because, like, in the middle of the night, if your heart starts racing, I think your mind just, like, tricks you to think that you're... But it's definitely recurring, which is, like, the fucked up part of it. That's why I'm terrified that one day I'm going to get into a plane crash.
Don't get in a
I
plane
know,
crash.
I'm literally, like, 15 days away from my honeymoon. I'm going on, like, a 4-hour plane ride. So... It'll be fine. I'm gonna have Jordan with me, and if we die together. It's totally fine. Like there's nothing I would ever be able to do about it. So if that's how it goes, that's how it goes.
TJ's wedding is the first time I haven't had a direct flight in like 3 or 4 years. I always everywhere I go, it's just like boom, straight there, no layovers.
So Iteration says his
That's surreal.
Yeah, tell us how that goes.
Yeah.
Let us know.
That's never happened. None of us have ever been on time, even when we're trying to like Javier can't even come to the live streams like ever. You know, we can't ever even get a Zoom call or a phone call with all of us. If I text you guys, like one of you replies. Like
Well, I will say that the rehearsals and stuff we did for like the like pre-COVID and or like watch your back, that all like post Kevin that's when like doing watch your back and the rehearsals and those recording sessions, those all went really well. We all showed up to those and like,
well, I can't do it, or well, I can, or I have this going on, I have plans, I have class, I have work or whatever. So it's like definitely it's still not it's not,
I think
not
it's
so much.
supposed to.
So no
Yeah.
no so oh, Alex said he would mind reading would be his thing. Murderous thoughts. I don't know, like I don't think I would want to know what people are thinking. Do you guys think that?
Probably not. There's a lot of scary people out there. Maybe.
Dude, so like let's say I'm going to Jordan and I'm just like, I love you so much, and then I'm like, I wonder what he's thinking right now. Click, and it's like, God, I really need that Pokemon card or whatever, you know. Or what if he's, I don't know, what if you're with a significant other and they're thinking about like I'm thinking about cheating on you, or I have cheated on you, and then you would just know. Why am I going there?
But that's terrifying.
That
I
would be
wouldn't-
something I would know. You know why?
Well, speaking of reading minds, I watched not that long ago, about a year or two, I watched What Women Want. And I
That's
was
such
like,
a
all the things they give for women to be thinking in their head. I need to do my laundry or whatever I'm gonna cook, or like I'm gonna get my nails done. Just like the most like some dude wrote the dialogue for all the women's thoughts, and it was just like got made today would just get like dumped. Like,
I
I
always
love Mel
thought that
Gibson.
movie was kind of cute, but I guess I haven't watched it in this day and age. I saw What Men Want, and I thought that was hilarious. But it wasn't
It's
like,
like was cute. It's just like
well,
it wasn't
he
so
is
much the
sexist,
concept
and
as it was just the
he-
random dialogue they were putting in
Yeah.
women's head.
I mean, I guess so, but like I think the point of that movie is that he becomes less sexist after, and he realizes he's an asshole because a lot of Helen Hunt and her.
Needs to be still very dated.
Yeah, I think so, but I think it's just because it's dated. But do you not love the scene when he like puts on like the Meredith Brooks album and is like waxing his legs and shit and like
Yeah.
like that's funny. But yeah, if you think about even all of that, like is that for legs? Like obviously there's all kinds of different women that don't do anything like that. So it is a little bit of a cliche dated idea of like what women think about or want, you know.
Apparently that new Tom Holland movie is sort of in that vein, and it didn't get like amazing reviews, but my friend said it was interesting. But it's like this planet where there's like no women, it's all men or something, and then like the planet, she can see whatever they're thinking, kind of lies that she can see them trying to get off the planet, but Tom Holland's around. Kind of a similar concept as that. I haven't seen it, but I was like, that sounds like it could be funny, but it would be awful at the same time being able to see everybody's thoughts. Like,
So catching up on comments, Alex said that he wants to choose mind reading because he would like to know what people think. It could be a warning system, like a mugger would think about how he would rob somebody, so you would like you would know everything that was going on around you. So if there was going to be some sort of like catastrophe or emergency, like that could come in handy. I think it would be amazing to read minds for the side. Troll says if we want to be famous, we can buy followers and
yes, I do.
yes, I
want
do want to be famous. Let's buy some followers now.
Dano, play Far Cry. It's amazing. Far Cry 3 is the best.
Aren't most dreams the furthest from literal, though? Take, for instance, if during the Rorschach test all you see is butterflies or teddy bears, it doesn't mean you're set. Let's do this real quick. What are y'all, like, before we end the stream, Google, Steve and Josh, Google your latest, like, nightmare and, like, Google, like, dream, like, extreme meaning, right? So I'm going to look up, like, plane crash. Or no. Because that wasn't my dream. I had held hostage, dream to your loved ones. It can mean that you were feeling trapped in a relationship or you were being pushed into doing things you would rather not be doing. Alternatively, it can mean that you feel you're not good at negotiating. Some more similar, because there was no ransom note. With chase high dreams, you may be able to identify deeply held sources of shame. Additionally, you may be able to determine if someone or something is causing you pain. Bear in mind that dreams can also be projections of anxiety.
Yeah, that's correlated with stress and that.
Loss and
Yeah. So it's like
falling out are associated with loss and important life changes. This dream could indicate that you're dealing with some kind of loss, like an abrupt end to a relationship or a job change. I'm surprised that because we thought it was just stress, but it does make sense about like the relationship thing or important life changes, like moving, like I've moved a lot, like I don't know. So that fuck knows.
Yeah, I don't know. But they're pretty vivid dreams. Like I can feel like they're
like
wiggling
real.
and I can push them with my tongue, and then
Yeah.
it's like they pop out, and then I wake up the next morning and I'm like, oh god, oh.
Do you
That's
think it's
just a dream.
because when you're in like REM's wiggling, you know, like if you're like grinding your teeth or I don't know,
Right.
just moving your tongue around your mouth or like whatever you might do when you're stressed, you know, like I definitely have stress where you like, you know, chew on the inside of your mouth or whatever, like run your tongue along your teeth or something. Maybe you're doing something like that in your sleep, and that has something to do with, I don't know. What about you, Josh?
I can't really remember like the most recent would be.
Did you Google it?
Let me see.
Dreaming about being chased generally means that you are being told by your unconscious that you're avoiding an issue or a person.
Yeah, that's what I just no, like I don't think it's ever anybody specific, you know.
Dude, this is myself. A lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
Decision fatigue, like stress about like all kinds of little details about.
Well, just FYI, I have 2.5 minutes before I have to check on my shawarma.
I thought you were gonna say your Tamagotchi. We're gonna check on the shawarma. All right, guys. Well, let's see. Nightmares, rarely dreams.
Doug's been like hammering out that phasmophobia.
Nice. I would want to turn invisible so I can get away quickly. I like that.
Yeah, invisible would be cool.
Invisible would cool. I want to do, like, you guys know that movie Jumper? I talk about this all the time. What is that
We
called?
love you too, Dana.
Time travel or like transmutation?
Teleporting?
Teleportation.
The teleportation would be awesome.
That is
Yeah.
my number
Josh
one.
wants to be invisible so he can hang out in the girls' dressing room.
Weren't you just talking about like sexist shit and now anyway.
No, teleportation would definitely
You
be
teleport
that
into
would-
the girls' dressing room. Dude,
and I'd
because that
teleport right
replaces
into-
it doesn't really replace flying, but like you could teleport yourself to the top of Mount Everest in like an
Yeah.
instant. You know, you can teleport yourself inside a bank vault. Talking about that movie Jumper. I saw that movie and I was
Yeah.
like, that is exactly what I would do. And you travel the world like remember how he would like look at a picture of like the Sphinx or whatever and he'd be like,
That's cool.
Catch me if you can, teleportation style.
totally.
It's awesome.
Ooh,
I don't know why
Dude.
I've put it off, but
watch it. Totally.
I'll watch it.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. This has been a really fun stream. We are working on currently new music and on our way to releasing a new album and a new acoustic album. And we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We'll see you next Wednesday. Are we doing 6 to 8 again? Or we want to do it earlier next Wednesday? We could do earlier.
Yeah, what do you guys do? You like the 5 to 7 better or 6 to 8? Which works?
The earlier time works for me for sure.
Well, cool. Gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, God. Too much information. All right, everybody say bye.
Bye.
Thank you all.